Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to Code with Venki. Today we'll see a LeetCode question, students and exams. Here is the given table, students, which contains student ID, student name, where student ID is the primary key for this table. And we have another table, subjects, which contains subject name. And we have third table, examinations, which contains student ID, student subject name. We'll jump into the question. Write a solution to find the number of times each student attended each exam. Return the result table ordered by student ID and subject name. Here we'll jump into an example test case. Here we have student name, student table which contains student ID, student name, and subject table which contains subject name, whereas exam table containing both student ID and subject name. So in order to get number of student attended each number of exams, we need to gather information of student ID, student name, and subject name. So these three columns we need to take, and another column is here you can observe student ID, student name, subject name, and attended exams. So for this I will explain the approach. Here I will explain the question and what are my logic I am going to apply for this question, apply to this question. So we'll jump into it. Here we have student ID, student table which is given as a example test case in question, and subject name that is from subject table I took. And for examination table I take student name, student ID, and the subject name. So to get expected output, I will use cross join here, because we need to gather information of student ID and subject name and student name respectively. So here one student can appear for maths, physics, programming. For these three subjects he can attend, right? Whether he can at least, he can attend these three, or he can attend these two exams from these three, or at least one exam. So for that we need to assign these three subjects to each of the student. For that I will use cross join. So I will explain how cross join works. Here you can observe student table contain subject table containing maths, physics, programming, right? And the student table containing student ID, student name. So here you can observe for each student ID and student name we are assigning these three subjects. Like for student ID 1 and student name Alice, we map it with mathematics and another physics and programming. So similarly for every student we assign this, like we assign at least, at most three subjects we assign to each student. For that we use join, cross join here. So another thing is, like, we need to get number of student attended for each subject, right? So that information we'll get from examination table. Here we have student ID who attended subject, we have subject name here. So student ID 1 attended maths, and student ID 1 attended physics 2, and student ID 1 also attended for programming. But coming to here, for student ID 2, he attended only programming, and again student 1 attended for physics and mathematics. For student ID 13, he attended only math, he attended math, physics, and programming. For student ID 2, he again attended for, here he, this ID again came as attended mathematics. And for student ID, we have another mathematics. So from this table we need to figure how many times this particular student attended each subject. For example, if we take one, so here one attended mathematics one time, and here second time, and here third time. So we need to mention student ID with one attended mathematics subject three times. That is the expected output. So for that we need to join this, like after cross join we need to join this table with resultant cross join. That is left join we need to do, right? Because student may attend for three subject at most. That's why I am using left join, where resultant cross join table is the left table, and examination table is the right table for this joint. So here you can observe uh, I'll, student ID number 1 attended. Here we already mentioned, right, at most 3 subjects can a student participate in an exam. So here is the real data where how many student, which student attended which exam. So from that we will match like exam student ID, and from exam table I am taking subject. So if it is matched, so we'll put whatever the corresponding values we'll put. If there is no match, for suppose here we have a reference table to Bob, mean student ID is equal to 2 and name is Bob. He didn't attend physics. Here in exam table you can see where is, yeah, 2 attended only programming and mathematics. He didn't attend physics, right? That's why we'll keep as null for this student. So from this table we need to, this is the entire information we want for output, expected output. So from this, after some transformations, we will get the output, I mean desired output. So the transformations need to be done here, and those are, we need to group the student ID, student name and subject name in order to get how many students attended each exam, right? So for that I will use group by class. So here is the how it works on this table, which is resultant of left join. Will apply group by on resultant of the left join table. So it will group by subject ID, student ID and student name. It will group like student ID for mathematics, it will group one group, and for physics it will group another groups, another group I will mark it as group 2, like for your explanation, for easy to understand I will mark this as a group 2, and for programming I'm marking as group 3. Okay, so here after this we need to find the count of each subject who attended how many times and all. So for that I will use count. So for student ID 1 in maths he attended 3 times. Here you can see. For I also use a group by using name, right? I told, right? So for particular name I am explaining this. This is not for entire table. I took one name, that is student ID 1, that is Alice. So for Alice, he attended mathematics 3 times and physics 2 times and programming 1 time. So final result in table looks like student ID 1 Alice, he attended mathematics 3 times, and Alice attended for physics 2 times and programming 1 time. Similarly we will do for every student who attended how many times to the respective subjects. Yeah, this is the entire explanation for this question. So yeah, before going to the solution, before jumping into the solution, please pause the video and try for your solution. Hope you will get the solution. So I will directly jump into the solution. Here I will do select student. Here you can observe from output table we need to select student ID, subject name, and sorry, student name and subject name, as well as attended exams, right? So these three we need to select, and this three is not in one table, right? There are three tables which contains all this information. So in order to get this student ID, student name, subject name and attended exams, we need to do some alias names for each table, and we need to do like if we take from student students table, one second, students table I will mark this as alias s. So from student table we can get information of student ID and student name, right? So I will take s dot student name and the student ID. Okay, before that I explained we need to assign each subject to each student ID and student name, right? For that I use cross join, as explained, cross join on subjects, right? Then after doing this, examination table comes into the picture. So I will mark this as subject. So from subject we have information of subject names, right? Sub dot subject names, and after this we need to do left joint on resultant table of cross join, right? So for that I'm using left joint. We need to do left joint with examination table, right? So I will mark this exam table as E on. We need to see student ID should be matched with these three. I mean, after cross check we will get one table which contains student ID, student name, and subject name. These three columns will be on resultant of the cross join, right? So we'll join we'll do left join on examination table with the resultant of the cross join on s dot student ID is equal to, it should be equal to e dot student id, right? Examination, that student id should be in examination table. Then only we can say he attended a particular subject in an examination. And also we need to make sure that subject name should be equal to e dot subject name, e dot subject name, right? So we have done entire main part, and we need to do some transformation in order to get the desired output. Like we need to use group by class as explained. Group by, here we need to take group by of student id, student name, and subject name too. Subject name. And before this we need to do after grouping student id based on student id, student name, and subject name, we need to grab the count of each student attended each examination, right? How many times he attended. So for that I am using count. From examination only we will get, right? So my times e dot student id as exam attended exams. Okay, so finally we got what desired output by doing some transformations. And in question here they mentioned we need to return the result table order by student id and subject name. So for that I'm using order by, from where s dot we have s dot student name, comma, in sub we have subject name, right? Yeah, this is the logic for this question. We'll run this solution and see whether it is working fine or not. Yeah, here you can observe it is accepted. So this is our output for this question, and this is the expected output. Both are equal. We'll run for hidden test cases whether it is working fine or not. We'll see. Hope it will fine. It works fine. Yeah, here you can observe it is working for hidden test cases too. Yeah, this is the solution for this question, students and examination. Thank you guys. Hope you understand the video and my solution and my approach. Please do subscribe. If you have any queries, please do comment. I will reach out to you. Thank you. Bye bye.